of socket and spy got quarter joint. So how many points we discussed? Up to 6 points we discussed. Failure of socket collar in a crushing. Now the seventh one. See the seventh one. Failure of socket end in shear. The seventh one. Failure of socket end in shear. It means the socket end is going to failure in shear. So based on the failure criteria, we are selecting the equation. So here shear is the reason I'm selecting the shear stress, shear load by shear area, then shear load equals shear stress into shear area. Now in this equation, shear area is a question mark. So socket end. So which one is the socket end? So this is the one, socket end. Here indicating socket collar. Okay. So this one, how it is appears if it is fails. This is the diameter D2 inside diameter of the socket. This is the D4 outside diameter of the socket collar. Okay. Now because the shear is shearing happening, the shear area I'm showing by hashed lines here. Now what is the shear area? The shear area is, so it is a rectangle shape. The width of this area, this rectangle is what is given in the question in diagram. It is C. So that is C. What is the area here? The area only, hashed portion area only we need to consider. So how much the area? D4 minus D2. If you make this subtract, so separately this thickness and this thickness we will get. Okay. Then multiply with its width. So this is for the only single side, because the quarter is going to socket is going to fail in this manner. I'm showing separately here. Um this is the one side. So this area are drawn here. Okay. So we calculated the area for the one side, for this side. The same failure will happen this side also. So it means two sides we are it is happening. So that reason to this area we are multiplying with the 2 into this one. So now the equation will come PS equal shear stress into 2 into D4 minus D2 into C. Now what we are going to calculating with this, C is going to determine here in mm. Okay, ma? So because this is a derivation I'm writing here, C is determined in mm. If it is numerical problem, so here you have to write the C value. Okay. Now the next point. The next point is failure of rod end in shear. Eighth one. in shear. Failure of rod end. So which rod here? Spy got. See this one. So we designed the previously just now socket collar in shear. Now if it is strength more than this one, the spy got. So what happened? It is going to overcome from the failure. Now this one is the weakest one. Now if the socket end, this end, I'm showing this end fails, how it is appears. I'm drawing here. If it is fails in shear, how it is appears, I'm drawing this here. Okay, man. This is the side I drawn here. Only particular this spy guard portion. This spy guard portion I drawn here. So initially this is a rod, total continuous circular. Now because of the application of this force, so what happening here? The here the quarter is having the more strength than the spigot, and socket collar is having the more strength than the spigot. So that reason this spigot is going to fail in this manner. So the failure area I drawn here, its thickness is D, diameter of the rod, sorry, D2, and its length is, see here in this diagram, it is given by small a. Now because it is failure is happening in shear, so respective stress I'm taking shear stress equal load by area. Now what is the area here? Now write it PS equals shear stress into shear area. Now what is the area here? The area is D2 into A. D2 into A. So this area I'm writing for the only one side. Now the area you can find failure area in two sides because the one solid rod is going to making two half portions. So this side one area, and on this side also you can find the another area. So two failure area we are finding here. So that reason multiply with 2. Now PS equal stress into 2 into D2 into A. Now from this equation, A is going to determine in mm. Now because this is a derivation, we are writing as here A is determined in mm. So if it is in case it is a numerical problem, so you have to write the whatever the answer you got, you have to write that value here. Okay, ma? Now this is the 8th point. Now ninth point is what is the ninth point here? Failure of spigot failure of spigot collar in crushing. So see here, spigot collar, this is the one. Here you can find the spigot collar. So if it is fails in crushing, how it is appears, I'm drawing here. This is the outer diameter of the spigot collar as D3, and this is the inside diameter, otherwise outside diameter of spigot D2. Now, where we can find the crushing here, see here at the point of contact with the socket collar. In this region, we can find the crushing. Okay. So that crushed area I'm drawing here with the hashed lines. Okay, ma? So due to crushing this term, I'm taking the crushing stress sigma c equal load by crush area. The now the crushing stress into crush area. Now the question is what is area? Now what is the area here? The area is d3 square minus d2 square. Okay. Now the equation will come as into pi by 4 into d3 square minus d2 square. Now with this equation, d3 is going to determine in mm. Okay, ma? Now the 10th point, failure of the spigot collar in shear. In shear. So how it is appears, I am drawing, see the diagram. Now see this is the spigot collar. If the spigot collar fails in a shear, how it is appear? I am drawing, see here. From the side view, the collar will appear as a rectangle. Now what is the length of this one? D3. Now the spigot is going to connected in this manner. Now what is the diameter of this one? D2. Now because of shear we are discussing, the shear failure is going to happen in this manner. Now the width is small t. Okay. Now due to shear, the shear stress is area. Now the shear load equal shear stress into shear area. Now the question is what is area here? The area is the failure area is pi into d2 into t. Pi d2 into t. Now write in this equation pi d2 into t. Now with this equation, what we are going to calculate, the one T1. T1 is going to determine if it is numerical, you have to write the value of T1 here. Because it's a derivation, we are writing T1 is determined here. If it is numerical, you have to write the value here. This is the 10th point. Now the 11th one, failure of quarter in bending. Bending. So whatever the cases we discussed now till now, these are all based on our assumption. But in actual practice, if you see the actual practice, because of this tensile load application, so this total entire quarter will going to subjected to bending. Okay. So how it is appears after subjecting the bending, that diagram is shown here. So here the first portion, the first portion, because of this application of force, so pulling this one in this direction, left side. So that reason, at the outside of the quarter, at the point of contact quarter and this socket collar, the bending here intensity is zero, and here the intensity is maximum. Okay. In same manner, at the point of contact between the quarter and socket, the bending moment maximum at the inside and minimum zero at the outside. Okay. Now, because this is pulling from the towards left side, I have shown the with arrow mark towards left side. Now, the spygard is pulling towards the right side. So, in this manner, that I shown here. So, after drawing separately here, how it is appearing on the quarter, two uniformly varying loads. Two uniformly varying loads you are able to see. Now, one is the uniformly distributed load, it is appearing. This is a uniformly distributed load, and these two are the uniformly varying loads. Okay. Now we have to calculate the maximum bending moment, bending stress. We have to calculate the bending here. Failure is happening in the bending. So maximum bending stress we have to calculate. Bending stress is bending moment by section modulus. Okay. So because this taper is having this quarter is having the square section having the dimensions T into B. This quarter is having the cross section. This is the T and this is the B. So that reason the section modulus is we are writing TB square by 6. Now what is maximum bending moment? So maximum bending moment at neutral axis, we have to calculate. So once we know the neutral axis maximum bending moment, so if we substitute here, we can get the sigma B value. Okay. So at the neutral axis, now see here first here, neutral axis means at this axis we have to find out the maximum bending moment. Now see here, this is the uniformly varying load. Now this is the uniformly distributed load. At this one means from the whole, whatever the from this side, if you subtract this one, why I am subtracting, these two are acting towards the left. This one is acting towards the right? So that reason I'm subtracting from the uniformly varying load bending moment to uniformly distributed load. Now, what is maximum bending moment for the uniform varying load? So, same what you discussed in the strength of material, same concept will involved here. So, see here, maximum bending moment is now the load is distributed as P by 2 for the uniform distributed load. For the uniform varying load, P by 2. Why P by 2? I am writing here the total load is a P. So, means half load is distributed to the spigot, half load is distributed to the socket. So P by 2 for this one, P by 2 for this one. Okay. Maximum bending moment for this section, this uniform varying load, I am writing here P by 2 into P by 2 into 1 by 3 into D4 minus D2 by 2 plus D2 by 2. And maximum bending moment for this uniformly distributed load, I am writing now P by 2 into D2 by 4. So anybody, why I written this one? Can anyone explain this one? Yes, please respond to my question. Why I written this equation? Please explain. Now see here. First convert the this one uniform varying load to point load. So to convert this one, P by 2 into what is the center of gravity for this figure? CG, that is 1 by 3 into D4 minus D2 by 2. So D4 minus D2 by 2 I am writing here. The total outside diameter of the socket collar is D4 from here to say already written. Outside diameter of the socket collar is D4. Inside diameter of the socket is D2. Where it is D2? Now from here to here D2. Now what is the length of this one from here to here? That is D2 minus D4 by 2. Okay. Now what is the CG for this figure? That is, if it, because it is a triangle in this manner. So what is the CG for this figure? From here to here h by 3, from here to here h by 3. Now what is the value here to here? Okay. So in place of h, I am writing d4 minus d2 by 2. Okay. See here, h by 3. H by 3 means in place of h, I am writing this value d4 minus d2 by 2. Okay. So 1 by 3 into, now the load is uniformly varying load. So uniformly means load into its distance. If I multiply, the point load is converted. Okay. Plus from here to from the load to its center. What is the perpendicular distance? The distance is from here to here we calculated P by 2 1 by 3 into d4 minus d2 by 2. Okay. Now remaining from here to here how much? If it is total d by 2, now here to here how much? d2 by 2. So that's the reason I'm adding with it d2 by 2. Now this one we calculated for the uniformly varying load. Now for the uniformly distributed load, now this is the total load P by 2. And to convert the point load to, sorry, UDL to point load, what is the procedure? Load into distance. So load into distance, we are adding P by 2 into load D2. Now from the here to here, we have to take, it means if it is total 1, the half portion is a 1 by 2. 1 by 2. So total is P2 by 2 into D2 by 4. That's one I written here. Now what is maximum bending moment? Maximum bending moment equal P by 2 1 by 3 into D2 D4 minus D2 by 2 plus D2 by 2 minus P2 by D2 by 4. So if we simplify this equation, so what we will get? Maximum bending moment equal P by 2 D4 minus D2 by 6 plus D2 by 2 minus D2 by 4. Now what is this? P by 2 D4 minus D2 by 6 plus D2 by 4. This is the maximum bending moment at the central of the quarter. Now bending stress equal maximum bending moment by section modulus. So what is section modulus for the quarter? TB square by 6. Section modulus is TB square by 6. Bending moment this one. So write it here, P by 2 into D4 minus D2 by 6 plus D2 by 4 by TB square by 6. With this equation, we are going to determine the sigma B value. This is called as induced bending stress. And this bending stress should be less than the permissible value. So if your value is getting the less than the permissible value, then your dimensions, whatever you calculated from the beginning, D1, D2, D3, D4, D, A, C, T1, T, B, whatever the values you calculated, these all dimensions are safe condition. Otherwise, you have to recheck the total procedure where you did the mistake and do the operation from the beginning to last. Okay. So if it is less than, so then you have to write the comment that the design is safe. Hence the induced stress is less than the permissible stress. So hence the design is safe now. Okay. Now another empirical relation, some few relations are there. See here. The length of the quarter L, the length of the quarter L may be taken as 4D. This value you have to remember of some empirical relations. Taper of the quarter, tapering of the quarter from 1 is to 24 to 2, 1 is to 48. Okay. Now the clearance from here, whatever is observing here, the clearance for this one and for this one and for this one. The clearance we have to take from the 2 to 3 mm. Okay. So this is the total entire design procedure for the socket and spigot quarter joint. Okay. Now we'll see one problem with on this example. Design and draw the quarter. So I'm drawing the quarter figure here. In examination, you have to draw this separate figure above. For the figure, you have the maximum 5 marks. If you forget or if you not drawn proper, you will lose the marks. Now design and draw the quarter joint to support a load of varying from the 30 kilonewton compression to 30 kilonewtons in tension. It means given data, tensile load is given 30 kilonewtons, compression load is given 30 kilonewtons. The material used here, carbon steel, for which allowable stresses may be used, tensile stress and compressive stress given as 50 megapascal, shear stress given as 35 megapascal, and crushing stress 90 megapascal. Okay. Now, whatever procedure we practice from the beginning to last, that entire procedure you have to again you have to write here. It means here diameter of the rod. First, what we calculated in the design procedure at the beginning, socket and spigot joint in the design procedure. First point is failure of rod in tension. Failure of rod in tension. So first one, failure of rod in tension. So tension, because the rod is failure in tension, so the respective stress I'm taking tensile stress equal tensile load by tensile failure area. Now tensile load equal tensile stress into tensile area, failure area. So what is the failure area here? Because we are calculating for the rod. Which rod? This one. So that reason the equation area pi by 4 into d square. Now write the equation here. Pt equal sigma t into pi by 4 into d square. Now with this equation, Pt value is given here 30 kilonewtons. So 30 into 10 to the power of 3. 30 into 10 to the power of 3. Write Pt value here. 30 into
So,
10 to the power of, yes.
so in this every question we have to find all 11 points, or they will give some particular
If
points to find the questions.
a good question. If the question asking for the particular few points, they will mention what we have to find out. Then you have to find out that particular questions only, like A, B, C, D. Like they will give what is the diameter of rod, what is the diameter of socket, socket collar, what is the crushing stress for the socket color, like this they will ask. Otherwise, if the question is given like this, design and draw, it means total 11 points, total 11 or 14 points are there. For total 14 points, you have to solve.
Sir, usually how does it come in the exam, sir?
In both manner, it will come. Maximum design and draw.
Okay, sir.
In, in few situations, it will come as a particular topics they will give. Sigma T value is given 50 megapascal. So right here 50 into pi by 4 into d square. Now what I said in the design procedure, so in design procedure what I said, with this equation d is going to determine in mm here. So here I am calculating the d value. I am calculating the d value, pi by 4 into d square. So substitute, everything is written on screen. Now tell me the d value. Make it fast, Babu. What is d value?
24
20, 24 mm. Is it right to all? Now what is the second point in design procedure? The second point is diameter of the spigot and thickness of the collar we are finding. It means here failure of spigot in tension across the weakest section. Now see here only I will solve again why we have to separate me. So failure of the second point, failure of the spigot in tension. So spigot rod is failure is happening. What is the diameter of the spigot rod? D2. What is the thickness of the slot? That is nothing but thickness of the quarter. Okay. So what happens if it is in fail in tension, this type of cross section will appear. So PT value is given in the question as PT value. The question is given 30 into 10 to the power of 3. Now what is the area here? This is the area already derived. In this, D2 is going to calculated. What is T? Thickness of the quarter. So thickness of the quarter is T equal D by 4. So D just now we calculated as 24. Now tell me what is D2. Sorry, Bobby, here D2 by 4, not D2 by 4. D by 4. Make it correction here. This is D2 by 4. Thickness of quarter is D2 by 4. Now D2 by 4 means if you substitute what it will come D2 square by 4. Now tell me the D2 value. Make it fast, Amma. What happened, Babu? You're taking too much time. Sigma t value is given in the question. Tell me the D2 value. Rule number 19. Rule number 19 is not there. Rule number 18 is also not there. Rule number 314.
18 yes, sir.
What is the answer, Amma?
Sir, making calculations, sir. Wait.
Make it fast. Rule number 313. Are you there? Rule number 313 is also not there. Rule number 314 is also not there. Only just switching on to the class and going somewhere. $33.476. Very good. $33.476 mm. Now what is the third point? Third point is failure of rod or quarter in crushing. Failure of rod in crushing. So already we derived crushing stress equal load by area. So what is the load? He is given 30 into 10 to the power of 3. Now with this what we are going to checking, we are going to check whether it is permissible under permissible limit or not. Just now we calculated the D2 value. How much D2 value? 30 33.476. 33.476. And what is T value? T value is D2 by 4. It means 33.476 by 4. Substitute all values here and get the sigma C value in megapascal. Now tell me the sigma C value. Make it fast, Babu. What is sigma C value? If you are unable to speak, you can write in the chat box. What is sigma C value? Only one person is interacting to the class. Remaining people are not listening in the class. What is sigma C? Get it fast. One not 7 megapascal. One not 7. So you got the sigma C value as 107 megapascal. So we have to check now. Crushing stress value you got as 107. And then what is the permissible limit given in the question? The question is given permissible limit for crushing 90 megapascal. So we did some mistake where we have to check. Somewhere we did the mistake. What is that? 13 to 10 to the power of 4. Okay, and this is the one 33.476. And how much this one? Separately tell this value, T value. Otherwise, you tell the correct value of sigma C. The sigma C value, you recheck again, then tell me the sigma C value. You recheck again, tell me the answer. Because it is exceeding the permissible limit. If it is exceeding the permissible limits, what happens? The design is not safe. Wastage of design.
Sir, T value is 8.369.
Okay, then now why you are getting 107? It has to come lower than the permissible limit value. Just
Yes,
you
sir.
recheck again.
Calculated 107, sir. Calculating it came 107 only, sir.
Okay, now see the procedure. How we have to solve this one. When such situations, if you find, it means it is exceeding the permissible value, you have to write that comment. What comment you have to write? Since the permissible, this induced stress is more than the permissible limit, this is the induced stress. This one, which one? This one. Okay. Since this induced stress is exceeding the permissible limit, therefore, which values we have to change? Whatever the values are appearing here, D2 value, T value, that value we have to change. So therefore, dimensions D2 as 34 mm, okay, 34 mm, and T value, thickness of the quarter, as 8.5 mm is not safe. Is not safe. So what we have to do? Separately, we have to calculate the D2 value and T value. So to calculate this one, instead of calculating sigma C value, we have to substitute the sigma C value as a 90. Okay, because initially whatever we calculated this one and this T value is not safe condition for the sigma C value for the given question 90. So that reason the permissible limit only we are substituting here. It means whatever the values we are getting with this help of permissible limit value, these are safe condition. Now tell me the D2 value, sigma PC equal sigma C into D2 into T. Okay, so T value is D2 by 4. Now sigma C value is substitute 90, whatever given in the question. PC value is 30 into 10 to the power of 3. Because initially whatever we calculated D2 and T, that is not safe condition. So that reason safe condition value only we are taking here. Now whatever the value D2 we got now, that is in mm, it is safe condition. Now same manner T2 also safe condition. Tell me the D2 value. Make it fast, Bob. What is D2? What is D2?
Sir, 36.51.
36.51.
51.
Now what is T value? What is T value?
Nine 9.12. Sir.
9.12. Okay. So these two are the safe condition. So you may get the question, sir. Initially we got the 33.476 and T as a 8 point something value got 8.66 or 8.5. So these values are not satisfying. The now calculated value are more than the previous values. You may get the question, but because of submission of this 90 here, because of submission of 90 here, we are getting these values here. Okay, Babu. Now what is the fourth one? Failure of socket in tension across the slot. So here we are getting the value D1. So D1, to calculate D1, PT value is given in the question 30 into 10 to the power of 3. D1 we don't know. D2 just now we calculated. Which value have to take? D2 as a this 36.5. 36.5 we have to take. 36.5 and T value 9.12. How much we got? 9.12 exactly. Substitute the all values here and get the value D value in terms of mm. Make it fast, Babu. What is D value?
Sir, in that sigma T value, how much, sir?
Sigma T value 50. It is given in the question.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Calculate.